We are coming to you live here at the DA-led Stop Race Quotas March in the streets of Cape Town. And it is absolutely amazing to see so many South Africans united in our diversity, coming together to take a stand and say oppression not in this lifetime. So, I mean, it's odd, right? We are 29 years into a democratic dispensation, yet here we are again. The ANC wants to tell us where we can live and where we can work, and that is wrong, which is ironic, right? Because they want to police hard-won democratic rights that are supposed to be a given for South Africans. So today we are going to be unpacking just this problem, and joining me for the first session, the first conversation, is our DA Western Cape Provincial Leader, Tertuis Simmers. Tertuis, thank you for being here this morning. Tell us firstly, 29 years into a democracy, we are here. How did we get here?
Well, firstly, good morning, Karab, and good morning to all of our viewers. Goeiemorgen, Molweni, Salam alaikum. Now, indeed, 29 years post the birth of our country's democracy, one would have thought that the debate and the discussion would be about opportunities for all. But yet, the irony is we've seen in 29 years that the party that professes to have liberated us is now actually enforcing and reinforcing what apartheid did to our people. And the place where we are standing today, District 6, ironically was a community affected by the segregation laws. And the fact that a new law will now determine where we must live to ensure that we can get work is nothing worse than exactly what apartheid did to us as the minority in the country, but above all for those of us here in the Western Cape. And that is the irony, because we've seen over the last 10 to 15 years an increase in unemployment. We have seen an increase in unemployment across all racial spectrums. So as much as the ANC are professing to be doing this to ensure more opportunities, they are stifling opportunity, but above all, they are entrenching all of our people in poverty. And genoeg is genoeg. Enough is enough. We can't afford these racial quotas. It's killing our people and it's entrenching them in poverty.
I think you're absolutely right. And let's speak about the minority groups in South Africa, specifically colored and Indian people. We have political parties such as the Patriotic Alliance that claims that it is there for minorities. But then on the other hand, you have people that argue that a vote for the Patriotic Alliance actually is an endorsement vote for the ANC. What do you have to say to such logic?
Well, indeed, a vote for the Patriotic Alliance is actually a vote for the ANC, and a vote for the ANC, well, we know it's a vote for poverty. And in our province, you can see the dual-headed monster of these two parties working together, but above all, capitalizing on our people's poor living conditions where they are currently, because the Patriotic Alliance is in government with the ANC and another not-so-good party, Good, who's also another version of the ANC in our province. So we see these tripartite parties governing our people into poverty. Just ask the people of Neisner. Just ask the people of Theewaterskloof. Ask the people of Beaufort West where the so-called pool is and what happened to the Dubai in the Central Karoo. Ask those people. But above all, ask the people in the Central Karoo district themselves. So indeed, as much as the PA professes to stand for the minority grouping, they are actually selling out the minority grouping, and we see that in action in our province. But also ask our brothers and sisters in Gauteng, where they've literally given back Gauteng and key metros in Gauteng to the ANC. And there's nothing worse that you can do than offer up your voters for a piecemeal deal at the table. So the reality is coming to all our voters. And our minorities must realize that the DA is a party for all. That is where we differ. We are the antithesis of what the PA professes to be, because we are a party for all, we govern for all, and in the Western Cape we can show that. And with the mayor of the city of Cape Town coming here, he will tell you, we even govern here for everybody together.
There you have it. Thank you very much, Tertuis. Now we're joined by the mayor of the city of Cape Town himself, GHL, Mayor Geordin Hill-Lewis. Thank you for being here with us today. So we've already had a conversation about minority groupings and how they are affected by this, right? But let's talk, I want to hear from you. So a lot of conversations around the quality of life in the Western Cape and for Capetonians is always centered around how you would say we live in a different country altogether. So the ANC is out here trying to divide us on racial tones, but we are here building a city of hope, and we're doing this outside racial quotas. How do we get that right, Geordin?
Well, it's so nice to be with you, Karabo, so nice to be with you, Tertuis, and great to be with all the viewers at home and everyone here at the march. The way that we do that is by just focusing on capability and competence. We make sure that everyone is hired for their ability to actually serve people who live in communities, who live in poverty, and to slowly but surely work to improve their lives over time. And that's the only thing that we care about, is how are you going to be able to do your job in government? Not what your race is, what your background is. All of those other things are not relevant. Not who you vote for, actually. Not what your political loyalty is. Can you do the job? That's the most important thing. And until South Africa gets that right, we won't be able to build out of the deep hole that we are in as a country.
Everybody agrees, you're absolutely right. But then, on the other hand, you have people that say that whenever the DA says the DA gets things done, it's never for poor communities. We don't get things done for poor communities. What do you have to say about that as a mayor?
Well, we are just working day and night in Cape Town to show that is not the case. We are pouring our efforts, our time, our sweat, our tears into poorer communities to improve the quality of life there. That's why we're in government. That's what motivates us. That's what gets us up in the morning. So, of course, there are far too many people in the Western Cape and in Cape Town who live in incredibly tough conditions. Poverty is massive in South Africa. 35% of our country lives below the international poverty line, which is $1. So there's lots of poverty in South Africa. But we know that we can either sit on our hands and accept that people are going to live like that forever, or we can try slowly to build and improve and get better quality of life. So when we pour money and resources into infrastructure in poor communities, better sewer infrastructure, better roads, more public transport, even not infrastructure, but safety money to improve safety in those communities, it is because the thing that motivates us in our heart is improving the quality of those people's lives.
You're absolutely right, and the experience here in the city of Cape Town and the Western Cape speaks for itself. Indeed, we are getting things done. Tertuis, let me bring you in here, right? So, you are going to be delivering an address later on. What can people at home expect from you? What do you want to tell people in the lead up to 2024?
Well, there's three basic things. The day of racial quotas are gone.
Yes.
Employ people on competency. Secondly, we need to get the ANC as far below 50% as we can. The DA Western Cape has a massive contribution, and we are committed to ensuring that, because we do believe in the Moonshot Pact. We do believe that we can rescue South Africa. And towards 2024, I think thirdly, is that our voters do need to realize this is the only party that cares for them. And we are a party for them. But above all, on the road to 2024, like Geordin says, where the DA governs, in the city, in other municipalities, we actually deliver services for all, irrespective of which party you belong to. And it's time that we vote with our hearts, not with our minds, because we're voting for the future. And that is what today is all about. If you allow the ANC to continue what they are doing, we are touching on the future of my kids, your kids, and all our kids. And too many people in apartheid fought for equality and freedom for all, not for some elite clique to benefit.
Yeah, I couldn't have said it better. Absolutely right. So, okay, last bite from you, Geordin.
Yeah.
So we have national and provincial elections coming up in 2024. What is your message to every South African that's still wondering what they have to do to turn the tide around?
Well, let me start in this province where we are, the Western Cape. The only province that is giving people a sense that we can get out of this as South Africa, that we can move forward still together as a country, as a nation, as a society, is this province. So we are passionate in the city of Cape Town of making sure that this provincial government is re-elected with an even bigger majority in the Western Cape. And if you live in the Western Cape, we ask you to please give your confidence, your support, your vote to the DA in next year's election. But actually, wherever you live in South Africa, what we have here, what we are doing here in the Western Cape, in the city of Cape Town, in so many other municipalities, we can do it where you live as well. We can start to deal with the issues that you face in your municipality, in your province. But to do that, you have to register and you have to vote blue in next year's election. And that's my request to everyone.
Thank you. There you have it from Tertuis Simmers and Mayor Geordin Hill-Lewis. The message message is simple. We can build a free state, a Limpopo and Mpumalanga in every province of hope where the DA gets things done for you. So that is it from the ground for now. Back to you in studio, Nasli.